Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. We are continuing on with our 365 canning and food preservation challenge this morning. So I picked up a ham the other day at Aldi's. It was 50% off. They also had their turkeys on sale. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to can up this ham today, and I'm interested to see how many pints we get. But let me give you an update on what I've got going on. So yesterday I canned 7 pints of the chicken thighs, chicken quarters with the thighs and the legs. And so that puts me at 51 pints already for this year. And today is January the 14th. So interested to see how many we get here. We are going to keep trucking and we're going to keep moving on. And let me show you what I got going on. So over here in the crock pot, Greg found a ham bone in the freezer. We put that in last night with some water, and so now we're going to have some hot ham broth to put over these. Now I am going to hot pack these and not cold pack. So I'm going to cut up this ham. I'm going to get all the fat off of it, and I'm going to put it in the oven just for a short amount of time to heat it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to can it hot. You could do it cold if you wanted to. I did a video a couple of days ago on pork roast, and that shows you how to can things the cold pack method. But we're going to do the hot pack method today because it helps us expedite things and speed it up a little bit. So I have my jars in the dishwasher. I'm getting my canning supplies ready, and I need to pick up my lids and my bands, and then we're going to get started. So stay tuned. So let's talk about canning ham. Prior to 2020 and 2021, you could pick up these little 1-pound hams for about $4.50 a can. The last 2 years I've seen them $8 a can. I've seen them $19 a can. I've seen them quite expensive. Well, I picked up this ham. It's a 10-pound ham, so equivalent to 10 cans of this. Now, after I trim the fat off, it's probably going to reduce a little bit, but anyway, I got 10 pounds of ham here for $9. So for $9, I'm probably going to get, I don't know guys, what do you think? Maybe about 7 or 8 pints. So you can see the cost difference there, folks. We're going to get, and it's going to be fresh canned ham, our canned ham. This is kind of processed with water added. I'm going to be using the ham broth that's in the crock pot. But this gives you a good idea of just how much money you can save by canning some of your own meats. So first we're going to trim this ham up. Let me turn off my music. First we're going to trim this ham up and get all the fat off of it, and we'll freeze it, and we can either use it for beans or we can render it down, but we want to get as much of the fat off this ham that we can. Ooh, that's some good stuff, guys. So I got the bone shaved down pretty good, guys. I'm going to pop this in the freezer because I can make some ham broth with this, or I can use it for beans. And then with this fat that we have here, I'm going to vacuum pack that into smaller packs because we can either render it down or we can also add this to beans and different recipes to flavor it up. So we want to pop both of these in the freezer so that we will have them to use at a later time. And so this is my trimmed ham. I'm going to pop it in the oven for just a little bit to get it heated up. I have my broth in the crock pot, so it's going to be hot. So I'm going to start heating up my canner over here. So I got 3 real nice vacuum packs of the ham fat. Guys, so many uses for this. Again, we can render it down, or we can cut it up and put it in beans or soups or stews, or use it in an emergency for extra fat or calorie content. But don't waste anything when you're going through this 365 canning challenge, because you can always find a use for what the fat and the cuttings are that you're not going to can up. Pretty excited about this. Let me pop these in the freezer. Okay guys, so my jars are clean. I've heated up my ham just a little bit in the oven. I have my hot broth here that I had put the bone in the crock pot overnight. So when I have my pressure canner heated up and I have my lids ready to go. My jars just freshly came out of the dishwasher, so we're going to get to canning. My hands are very clean. I was in the food industry in my younger years, so I'm very fastidious about making sure my hands are clean when I start handling this food. So, we're going to get to packing. So what will we use this for? We can use it in scrambled eggs. We can just throw it in a skillet and cook it up and eat like that with maybe some black-eyed peas. We could also use it as an addition to black-eyed peas. But most likely, guys, we will eat this just as is. Now, we don't want to pack them too tight because we want to make sure that they have room. During the pressure canning, we want the middle of these jars to get hot. So this is the hot pack method, guys. I did a cold pack method a couple of days ago for a cold pork roast and prime rib. I'll put the link in that video below because that is a very in-depth canning video, step by step, for those of you who are newbies. So since we're going to pack these hot and ladle in the hot, this is, I think we'll be all right doing it all at once. I'm going to need some more cans. Yeah, guys, we're getting a good volume out of this. Pretty excited because again, that canned ham that I showed you earlier in the video was $4 when it was reasonable, but I've seen them up to $19 a piece, and you can see we're going to get quite a bit more for more bang for our buck. This one done. Put some of that in there. Need to add some more broth. So it looks like, guys, I've got 8 pints. Pretty happy about that. So we want to debubble.
Hey, Greg.
Get all this down. I think that broth is going to be very beneficial to this canning up really nice. And I put that other bone in the freezer because we can either use that for when we can more ham, or we can use it to flavor up black-eyed peas or beans. We want 1 inch head space here. So actually I was surprised that we got, 8 pints out of this, and I'm using the wide mouth jars. I did these 2. When you're wiping off your rims, it's doing a couple of things for you. It's getting anything that may inhibit, like the grease or something, or fat, that may inhibit the seal of your jars. But it's also letting your finger run over the top of them so you can tell if you have any nicks or cracks in the top of your jar. So it's a double, kind of a double deal. So we're going to process these, since they're pints, for 75 minutes in the pressure canner. If you were doing quarts, you would want to process for 90 minutes. But Get your bands on, finger tight. Gonna go ahead and add it to the canner. This is going to be some good eating, guys, and a great thing to have on your shelf. All right, we've got them all laid out in the canner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really a great, great quantity, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. Yeah, 8 pints of ham sitting on the shelf for various uses. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. So I got my lid on. I've cranked up my heat. Once this little vent starts to steam, I'm going to let this steam for 10 minutes before I put on my weight. And then once I put on my weight, I'm going to bring it up to 11 pounds. And then I'm going to process for 75 minutes. I'll show you the finished product. Stay tuned. Beautiful. Turned out beautiful. The liquid maintained. So guys, can you imagine taking this out and searing it up with some eggs, scrambled eggs, or cooling it down and making some ham salad, or adding it to a nice batch of homemade potato soup? So many things we can do with this ham. So this probably isn't going to last very long on the shelf, but if we need it to, it will. Very excited about this. So let me tell you some of the meats that I've canned since we started this 365 challenge. I have turkey, chicken, ham now, prime rib, pork roast, hamburger meat, and beef heart. So we are loading up on our protein sources and our meats. All of them we can use standalone or we can use in recipes. Very excited, guys. So after this, I'm going to show you another video of some more pictures that I got in the last day or so. Very excited with what you guys are doing. You guys are nailing it. I can't believe how many of you are participating on this challenge and how you are rocking and rolling on this, and all the different variations. There's chili and there's broths. It's just amazing me how much you guys are doing already on this 365 canning challenge. We are enjoying doing this with you. In fact, it's giving us some motivation as well to keep on going and keep this going. So right now I'm up to, let's see, 60 pints, guys, 60 pints. So check this out. Here is your beautiful canned goods, and I'm going to showcase you all. Take care, God bless, and we'll be in touch.